Oh, California, where have you been all my life? Welcome to the Poetry Bulls podcast with Tola Magonjola. I have a headache. Thought I'd share that with you off the top. Um, so my wife thinks I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. I just have uh, I have quite an affinity for the Italian accent, and I like the way it sounds, and I like to mimic it. Um, and I also believe that Italians only eat pizza and pasta, sometimes together, same meal. Um, and I also like to gesticulate with my hands sometimes. Like yeah. I might be a racist. I'm not a racist. I'm not a racist, but I might be. I think we're all a little racist, and that's okay. I think racism can come from. I'm gonna say something really stupid. I think racism can come from a good place sometimes. You can like something so much that you want to be that thin, and you end up just doing a really bad impression of that thin. So if I want to say ciao, I say ciao. I always go ciao. I never go oh ciao, like like a normal person. I go ciao. I have no Italian blood in me, but I've got to go to ciao, and I got to go come stai? Oh bene bene tu bene. Oh, bada boom bada bing bada ba boom 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 boom. So my wife thinks I'm a racist, and I I feel I admire Italians too much to. I do admire. That's a strong word. I don't admire. I like Italians, and they can take a joke. Hence why I'm such an asshole. Speaking of racist, I remember I was walking down the street just this past week. I went to this really nice restauranty sort of walk-in place. I don't know what to call it. There's some weird Italian word for it, like bada or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I walked into the bada and I love this place. Like the food is amazing. Like it's home cooked and it's just amazing. Like that's the word, amazing. And it's not an exaggeration. It's not TikTok amazing. It's not social media amazing. It's not, oh, look at Donald Trump's hair. That's amazing. No. Donald Trump's hair is not amazing. It's, well, okay. Piece of shit guy. But this place was amazing. Anyway, I get my meal and arrivederci. I leave the place. As I'm walking down the road, a little lady walks by me and I hear her say something Italian because we're in Italy, we're in Rome. So she said something Italian. I caught it the first time. I didn't. Here's the thing. I didn't know whether she was speaking to me directly, but it felt directed at me, and it sounded racist. It didn't sound like a compliment. Let me put it that way. It sounded like maybe she was saying your shoelaces were untied, your flies open. It was one word. I can't remember what it was, but she said it twice. I didn't acknowledge any of that. I just processed it. I was like, and I kind of stored the word in my mind and felt okay. When I get home, I'm going to ask my wife what this particular word means. Anyway, fast forward 30 seconds later, I'm dreaming about the meal I've just bought. I'm like, wow, we're gonna have such a great dinner. I bought this. I bought the bidi. I bought the blah. I bought the kuskibebu. I don't know if that's Italian. Like I said, I have a headache. But everything that has burbu in it sounds Italian to me, So That's how I speak when I'm with the locals. I go, hey, bada bing, bada bang, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. I gotta take it up, and they go, oh, I understand exactly what you mean. The toilet is this way. Anyway, 30 seconds into my walk, I was dreaming about the Badabang that I just bought and how I was going to enjoy it on the, what do they call it, balcony. Nice space, under the Roman sun. Drinking a little vino, baby. Vino number 89, I don't know. And as I'm dreaming about the food, my mind then switches. My mind switches back to the interaction. Well, that wasn't an interaction with the old. Tell the fucking story. All right, so my mind switches to the lady, and for the life of me, I couldn't remember a thing she said. I could remember what the letters were. I could remember the way it sounded. I can remember anything about it because my mind was full of Italian food. And I laughed about it and I said, well, I guess I don't know. I'll never know what she was referring to. She could have been calling me what do white people like to call black? So nigga, yeah, white people like that word a lot. She would call me a monkey. She could have been calling me Mr. President. I don't know. She may have been calling me Mr. President because I'm tall like Obama, relatively slim, although I need to lose a little bit of weight. She could have been calling me that guy. You know what I mean? She could have been like, I like you. I don't know. It didn't sound like a compliment, but it didn't sound. I'm not certain enough that she was being a racist, even though she said the word twice, directed at me, most probably because there was no one else in the vicinity. I don't know. All I remember is that food was smacking. It was amazing. It was great. It was great. I enjoyed my meal, and that's a lesson to all my fellow Africans. Food can heal all wounds. If someone is being racist to you, just think of chicken and think of chicken, think of jollof. I said this a while ago. Something I firmly believe. Right. So we have the war in Russia and Ukraine. We have the war between Israel and Gaza, although it's more Israel that's assaulting Gaza. Factual. Now Iran has sent a few Tic Tacs through the air towards the Jews. So what was I trying to say? Yes, that if we all collectively decided to heal the world, Michael Jackson, like he tried to do. Heal the world. Am I really gonna sing? Make me a better place. For you and for me. I can't remember the rest of the words. Anyway, if we decide to heal the world, I believe that we could just gather all the world leaders. Little Putin, little Sunak in the UK, Netanyahu. It's amazing how all these guys are short. Short guys have complex, man. It's clear. It's like, what are you trying to prove? Especially Putin. Anyway, I digress. Gather all the little men with all the power, and put in front of them plates of Nigerian, specifically jollof rice, plantain, and chicken. There is no way they won't turn to each other and say, what are we doing, guys? Life is beautiful. Can we Can we make amends? Can we? Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Even if it doesn't work first time, they'll want to, kind of meet again, just to have some more jollof and plantain and chicken and, a little bit of, salad on the side and a bottle of Nigerian Fanta. Blah. Some puff puff. Oh, come on, man. Even, who wants to fight with food like that in front of them? That is my solution. I mean, forget all this philosophy. What's philosophy in the face of food? Good food. Good Nigerian food. Now I understand why Africa is underdeveloped. Because the food is just too good. If the food is that good, that's your contribution to the world. It's like God kind of went, you know what? Your food is going to be the best on the planet. And that is it. You aren't going to have inventors. You're not going to like each other. You're not going to work well together. Most of you are going to live in poverty on the African continent. But your food is going to be absolutely... it's going to be absolutely amazing. And we kind of, our leaders, our ancestors kind of, the Adam and Eves of black people kind of went, you know what? Deal. We'll take the jollof rice, plantain and chicken and the puff puff and the salad on the side and have the Nigerian Fanta. We will take that. We will definitely take that in place of everything else. Because, like I said, you place that in front of Netanyahu and Sunak and Putin and Joe Biden and the Ayatollah of Iran. Oh my gosh. My gosh. That's peace on earth, man. That's, like I said, I've pretty much, I imagine I've said this before, but for me, that is peace on earth. I can't think of any, and I'll throw this in, under the Roman sun. It's got to be in Rome. It's got to be on a patio in Rome, leaves and shit around, and some guy playing the flute. What's a national instrument? I am a racist. I am a racist. What's the national instrument of Rome? What is the national instrument of Rome? Is that a national instrument? I imagine it's not the guitar. It's too cool. It's not the drums. Although I can understand why it to be the drums. It's quite a violent instrument. Maybe it's a tambourine. The tambourine or the flute. I'll go with the flute. Yeah, and have these assholes sit down and eat. Peace on earth. That's I can almost guarantee it. I can almost guarantee it. So yeah, that's my contribution to the world, and it seems the contribution of the African continent. It's peace on earth. What more do you want? Whites, the West. You guys have given us technology, AI for some reason. What else? What else have you guys done? Slavery. You guys are stupid. I have to say this. Westerners, this is controversial, but it's true. Slavery, really? I'm not saying you guys invented it, but you guys sort of perfected it. Why would you perfect something so stupid? Get a grip. Stupid Westerners. You guys are stupid. I'm a Westerner to some degree, so I put myself in that category, but really, I think I'm tired, and if I listen, when I play this podcast back, I might cringe a little bit. Speaking of cringing, I need to go to the gym because I cringe anytime I look at myself in the mirror. D- Here's the thing about fat and getting old. The thing about fat and getting old. I feel that when you drink water, it makes you fat. I feel like when you drink water, you think you get bloated. First of all, you just feel like you're bloated. That's what old age means. You drink water, you feel bloated. You get fat, and there's no fat, and there's nothing. It's water. It's water. But I've noticed this for a while now that I have, let's say I have like a piece of chocolate or whatever, then I feel guilty and I start to cry, and then I and then I say, okay, I'm gonna wash that down with water, so I balance it out, yin and yang. You get the glass of water, pour it down my throat. Even I feel even worse. I feel even worse with the water within my body. It's weird, man. What's the purpose of that? Why is nothing good? It's water. I bet even if I try to like suck air, my face would just, go red. Like, white man, what? What did you say, Tala? My face would go a bit weird, is what I'm saying. Just because it's not, the air is polluted, the water makes you fat. It's very, very toxic world we live in. I don't know how this podcast went. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I should say more horrible things. I want to push the envelope for some reason. I don't know. Nah, I'm kidding. I like being an ass, but not in a malicious way. That's always been my principle. I don't want to be a malicious person, but I want to say what I want to say. I want to say anything, but I want to say it in a charming, non-threatening way. That's my goal in life. Not, I don't want to be a good person. What's that about? It's like, oh, nice to see you. How are you? Oh, I'll help you do that. Fuck that. I want to be the guy that makes people nervous. All right, man. I think that's about it. No. I've got one more thing actually. Um, I read an article on social media. First of all, how many articles are there on social media, and how bad it is for us? I mean, since the advent of social media, we've been writing articles about how bad social media is. No one is listening, clearly. No one wants to listen. I mean, I read the article and I was like, I was sober. It made me sober and made me reflective, just contemplating life and, all the hours I'd wasted, doom scrolling. And then I forgot about it because I went back on TikTok and I posted a video. So I don't know what that means. I really don't. I think it means that we are all degenerates. It means something along those lines. Um, but yeah, I mean, social media articles, a dime a dozen at this point. There's always some smart person at the New York Times going, "Do you know that TikTok makes you depressed? Yes. Do you know it harms children? Yes. Do you know that it spikes up the suicide numbers amongst teenage girls? Yes. Do you know? Do you know? Do you care? That's the word. That's the question. Do we care? No. we don't. We actually don't care, and that's on us. Which is why people tend to hate Zuckerberg, but um, he is. Here's the thing: you have a choice. You can either use social media or not use social media. We've chosen to use social media. It's a choice. It's almost like you can choose to smoke or not smoke. Now you can talk about addiction and blah 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 blah. Whatever you can choose. It's a choice. It's a choice. Fundamental human right. Um, so the hate against Zuckerberg, yeah, the guy's a piece of work, but we are using social media. We do use it, and he's rich beyond comprehension. So fair play to him is what I say. Fair play to the Zook. On that note, I hope you have a plate of jollof in front of you. I hope you have some plantain on the side. I hope you have some puff puff. I hope you have some Nigerian Fanta or Coke. Fanta preferably, but Coke as well. I hope you have some meat pie. I hope you're sitting under the Roman sun, listening to a native Roman dude in tights playing the flute. That is my conceptualization of peace on earth. From me to you, I bid you arrivederci.